Hey guys, so today I wanted to share my story with how I found out I was pregnant and how I told my family and my friends. It was about 2 weeks before my period was due and I was feeling very not myself, sick, lethargic. I just felt drained, I had no energy. I assumed that it was low iron or low B12 and I went and got a blood test to check my levels, and they were perfect. And so I was really worried. This was not normal. And so I was like, well, probably pregnant, but we have to wait and see. I went to the doctor and I asked for a urine test to see if I was pregnant, but that also came up negative. And I was like, I'm pretty sure there's something wrong. And my doctor was like, no, you're not pregnant. Don't worry about it. Just come back when your period's late. And I was like, but what if I am? I feel like I am. And she just kind of shrugged me off, but I knew something wasn't right. So I waited, and my period was never late. I called up Isaac. He was at work at the time, and I said, can you just drop in and get a pregnancy test? So he got the digital test and we took it and I checked it and I was just like, yeah, I knew it. I knew I was pregnant. And then Isaac was like, let me see. And we just kind of looked at each other and we're like, okay, what do we do now? My mum, she just knew that I was pregnant. She thought it was an ectopic pregnancy, and she came in after I had a shower and saw the test, and she was like, I knew you were pregnant, what are you gonna do now? And I was like, I don't know. I basically said, I'm going to get an abortion. And then she had this massive talk to me and completely changed my mind. And she was like, it's a big decision. You can't just make it overnight. And so me and Isaac talked it out and we decided, you know what, if we line it up with our morals, it's the right thing to do to keep the baby. So we were on and off, but at the end of the day we decided to keep it. 19th birthday, it was a surprise party, and I missed the whole thing. I was just so upset. I didn't want to talk to anyone, and my dad was there, and my mum and dad are split up, so my mum's remarried, and my stepdad knew before my actual dad, and my dad was the type of person to be like, if you come home pregnant, don't talk to me. So I was just like so scared, and it took like the whole day to build up the courage to tell him. And I went out the front with him and I was like, I have something to tell you. And he was like, what? And I was like, I'm pregnant. And he was just like, what about your career? And I was like, yeah, I'm still going to uni. That's not a big deal. He's like, well, are you going to have more kids? And I was like, let me get this one out of the way first. And he's like, I hope you let me mind it. And so his whole view just shifted, and yeah. And then I was like, yeah, okay, I need all the support I can get. So yeah, that was interesting. We had to tell Isaac's parents, and he tricked me. He was like, yeah, I'll take you home and then I'll go. And he kept driving past our street because they only lived down the road. And we went to theirs and I didn't get out of the car. I was so vulnerable and slightly embarrassed that they would be disappointed. And so Isaac had to go and tell him himself, and I was just like in tears in the car. And then he's like, come on, come out, they know, it's fine. I walked into their house and they just gave me a big cuddle and they said everything's going to be fine. And it was just really nice to have that support. Before we told anyone besides my immediate family, Isaac and I were talking about the baby and just like how our whole life's turning around. And that year we were talking about getting engaged, like for the next year or like soon. And Isaac's just like, well, why not do it now? And I was like, you know what? It's not a bad time. Like it'd be nice to like have like a commitment to bring the baby into the world. Like even though we were committed, we were together for 4 years. It just, because Isaac's family was quite conservative, so it was just nice to have that symbol of commitment. So that day we went and chose a ringer, and it had to be resized, so we had to wait a week. And he was like, don't tell anyone yet. And so I had to wait the whole week without telling anyone. And I was so excited. And so that was really nice. We probably won't get married until like a few more years till I finish my degree. But our engagement party is coming up soon, so I'll do a video on that. We splurged a little bit on the engagement party since we aren't getting married for a long time, so it's going to be a little bit fancy, and I'll show you the ring. So it's quite unusual, like it's not your everyday engagement ring with like the solitaire diamond or whatever you call it. I liked the vintage style rings because I was looking for rings for like 6 months, and so I just had like this folder with like all these rings, and like I explained to them what I liked, and they showed me this, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. So it's white gold, and I'm pretty sure it's a carat of diamonds. I forget. But I just think it's really beautiful. Like it really suits me, and I think it's quite vintage but modern, with a modern twist. So yeah. So it wasn't very much of like a surprise like proposal. He just like, once we got the ring, we were in the shopping centre and he just like put it on my finger, and I was like, you gotta make sure my nails are done first. And then we took pictures and showed everyone. How I told my friends that I was pregnant. Well, I rang up my friend Maddie, who she's actually in some of the videos you'll see. If you go to the search on my page where we're like 15, she's like 13. Oh my gosh. So I told Maddie, and she was like, what? And she was so excited. She was like, oh my gosh, you've got to keep her. I'm going to be an auntie. And it was just really nice having that support. She's in year 10 or 11. And she was just like so excited. And I was like, yeah, now you have to fall pregnant so we can have best friend babies. And she was like, I've already had enough scares. So I was like, yeah, probably should stay in school if you can. And so I then told Tiffany, my other best friend, and she was like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you financially stable enough? And I was like, well, my mom and dad are helping me out. And she was just like, I don't know, she kind of was excited, but she kind of wasn't. And then she actually had a pregnancy scare, and I was like, oh, please be pregnant, because I just felt like I don't have anyone that's around the same age that is going for the same thing as me. So it was Like, I was just hoping, but lucky for her, it didn't happen because it's not the right time for her. And her relationship was a bit rocky. Like, they had only been dating for like a month or so.